Hey everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today I'm going to walk you through my process on drawing faces. We are going to do both men's faces and women's. All you need is a pen and some paper, and I hope you draw along with me. I also want to mention that I do have an ebook on how to draw faces. It's women's faces specifically. I will leave a link in the comments section if you're interested in that. But I'm going to get started and I hope you join me. Winter themed faces. It's actually not even full circles. I usually do something like this. I think I'll start with these. And if you're wondering how to draw faces, I have a series of ebooks available that you can, I'll leave a link to for that. I'll also leave a link to my Facebook page where you'll be able to see the reference photos. This is the reference photo. And I am just using a Sharpie marker, and perfection is not required. This is just for fun. And we're just drawing a series of winter inspired faces. For the eyes, I usually do just like a little, I don't know, a curved line. And I'm not drawing pupils today. I'm just drawing little dots for the eyes. I'm just going to keep it simple because I want to have some fun really in my drawing today. I've taken a little time off, so I think I want to give her some fancy lips. I'm just using a plain Sharpie marker, and we are going to color these in as well. So that is a girl with a scarf, and now I'm doing another face. I should do some profiles. Maybe I'll do some profiles as well. I always do a lady with fancy glasses on. So this lady will have those kind of weird, maybe they're like ski glasses. I don't know. We see people with these fancy, shiny glasses on lately. And let's try to, there. You can see I'm just using like regular shapes. If you break it down into shapes, it's so much easier to draw than if you are trying to like draw because you think how it's supposed to look. Just break it down into shapes. I think she'll have like her hood up. Since she's maybe a skier, I don't really know. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. But she looks, I like her. I think she looks good. This girl's gonna have like a fancy like sweater on with like marks on it, and maybe she'll have like lines on her scarf. Don't be afraid to try patterns. Don't be afraid to try different things. This is just for fun. Okay, one of the things I'm gonna do is draw a man. We are going to do our best. It is not always my area of expertise, but he's gonna have like one of those, I don't know what kind of hats those are, but that's what he's gonna have on. And we'll give him some like bigger ears. And the eyes, I think I'm gonna try to keep more straight. I'm not sure how this is gonna turn out. Bushy eyebrows are important, I think, when I'm drawing men's faces. And I'm not sure this is gonna go the way I anticipate it to go, but here's the thing, I'm not going to, sometimes I'm good at drawing the men, sometimes I'm terrible. But let's give him a mustache and maybe we can save this guy. I'm not sure if we can save him. He looks too, I want to give like, no, I don't think I'm going to save him, but I am just going to keep going. That's supposed to be his lip. Wow, really, oh well. We have to just keep going. I don't think his jaw is strong enough, so I'm going to do that, and we're going to give him like a bit of a beard. Okay, well, he looks weird, but it's just a drawing, so we're going to keep going. I'm just making some adjustments here, like a winter hat on, but it's going to be like a furry type hat. We're going to put hair there. And let's see what we can do with this lady. You know what the funny part is that honestly, you can really, like when you're drawing, you can really save your drawing when you get to the coloring stage. Even if you feel like it might not look right, or it's a little, you know, like it's not the right size, or the proportions are off, you can really save your drawing when it comes to the coloring part. What I'm going to do now is just I want her to have like a fancy hat on as well. Fancy winter hat. And I just did a video where I did a profile, and it was actually kind of fun. So I'm going to try to do that again. And you can see I'm just making some adjustments as I go. And if you're new to my channel, you know it's never about the perfection. It's always about continuing on with your art, even if you think it can't be saved. And that's what I'm doing here, and that's what you can see here. And it's funny because I can see that these are more contemporary typefaces, where these to me are more in the past, which is where I love drawings from the past. Oh. What I'm going to do now is do another drawing, but these are going to be specific faces. They're going to be men's, and I'm going to do just loose, simple drawings of men's faces. And when I draw men's faces, I prefer them to have a lot of character, and that's what you're going to see here. And I hope you draw along with me. I like to draw hats on men when I'm drawing their faces. I feel like it just brings it all together. I like those sort of caps that are from the past, I guess, from I don't know what year, 40s, 50s, 60s. I like those little caps that they wear. I like drawing with a Sharpie marker because you can't erase your mistakes and you really have to go with it. I ended up really liking how all of these sort of loose, wonky faces turned out, and it's nice to practice once in a while drawing men's faces versus drawing the female faces. I find men's faces are more, angular. The women's would be more rounder. And so you'll see I take a much more loose drawing approach with the male faces. It's really amazing what happens when you sort of let go of perfection and just scribble on your paper and see what you can draw. I'm trying to make his eyes a little more closed, and I'm going to have him look sort of like a fisherman smoking a pipe. So this is going to be an older face. You'll see a lot of the faces I draw are older. There is one younger, sort of like a 20-something face that I will be drawing, but overall, I'm just really holding my pen or my marker really loosely and just scratching these marks on. I also think there's a certain level of confidence that comes from using a marker and just drawing over and over again, and also not allowing mistakes that you make to stop you from continuing to draw your picture. And I think that's why I do like 5 faces on one page, because I know they're not all going to turn out. They're not all going to work out the way I want them to. And so if you do like 5 or 6 on one page, you end up with maybe 1 or 2 that you really like, and you feel like you accomplished something. Okay, so I didn't really like the man that I drew on the top there, so I'm focusing on like a side profile, like a 3/4 profile, and that's what you see me there doing there. I have like my pen. I'm trying to mark out the side of his head, and so I play around with this for quite a while. I do go back to the gentleman on the top to try to save him a little bit, but overall, I've kind of moved on from him. Another thing about having the 5 faces when you're drawing like 5 or 6 faces, after a certain number of faces, like I feel like I've gotten into the flow of drawing right now. So it took those 3 on the right and top for me to get into the flow and feeling confident. Because even though I'm sort of really, really adjusting this guy's face, I ended up loving the end result. And I think if I didn't do the 3 before then, I would have been warmed up enough to have the confidence and to keep going with this particular face. I hope this video on drawing men's faces and women's faces was helpful. If you have any questions, please let me know. I hope you all have a wonderful evening and happy sketching.